Hi Tapas.
Hi.
It's nice to know that you now endorse JBL LSR308 studio monitors and the AKG Perception P820 Tube micro.
It's a great opportunity, yes.
Yes. So Tapas, tell us a little more about the LSR308s that you've just kind of got.
I recently switched to the LSR308 a few months back, and the experience has been great, and one which is very surprising because I have been using the BX8s for a very long time, and I was completely clued into those speakers. And once you're used to using a certain set of speakers for a very long time, that it's not easy to adapt to a new sound. I was working on Thanak at that time that we just spoke about, but I changed the monitors in between the project. It's not recommended. Engineers avoid against it because your whole balance, your EQ, your sonic listening abilities, they all change. But I just couldn't wait, and I just connected them. I started working, and I was really surprised because I was expecting not to like these speakers just because of the fact that I have been clued into my speakers for so long, and it's not easy adapting to a new sound. But I just took to that sound so naturally. I just loved whatever I heard. I played a bunch of tracks, I played my own tracks, I started working on it. Everything was just pleasant, everything was just nice. And the technologies that JBL have used in these speakers, they're pretty innovative because they have very tall claims. They claim that the LSR308s have a wider sweet spot. Now for those who don't understand what a sweet spot is, it's where the composer sits and makes his music, is where basically you hear the most accurate sound, and that's called a sweet spot. When you shift places in the same room, you're not going to hear that same sound, which means that you're not really sure of what people sitting behind you a few feet away are going to hear. They are not hearing what you're hearing. And JBL claims that this sweet spot, accurate sound, has a wider range, and that people sitting in different parts of the room will hear almost the same thing. And I tested it out, and the claim is true, totally true, and I was really surprised that they could manage to do this. It's because of an innovation which is called image control waveguide, which are these cones at the top of the low frequency driver. The way they are positioned, the way they're designed, help you achieve this, and that's the reason why you get a wider sweet spot, a better separated top end, a very nice low end, and the mid range is clear. It's all about how it's designed, and I read about it, and it's clearly a very great innovation. So
you are enjoying your
totally,
speakers, right?
Totally.
Great. JBL is also very popular in the home and lifestyle kind of
Yes.
market,
Yes.
where you have a lot of JBL products in homes. So when you got these to try, to audition, did that perception also come in your way that these are, will these be good enough?
I didn't have that speculation, but I can understand why you're asking that question. JBL is really popular in the consumer market as well, with the JBL Flips and the home audio series and everything. But I know what JBL is since I do movies. I'm scoring for films. Most of the studios, 5.1 Dolby studios that I've been working in, have JBL setups. In fact, about 60 to 70% of theaters in Mumbai are equipped with JBL sound. So you cannot get more pro than that, and it's a company which is more than 50 years old. It would be a pity if pro audio composers, pro audio engineers really think that JBL is only into the home audio segment, because it's probably the world's biggest pro audio company, to be honest.
Tell us now about your new microphone that you acquired called the AKG P820. How has your experience been with that in terms of recordings?
The transition from my Rode NTK to the AKG Perception has been really seamless. I mean, there weren't shocks or surprises. It was like I was not hearing something entirely different or entirely new. They completely, the mic completely matched my preference just out of the box. I didn't have to do any of the tweakings or anything. I've dubbed vocals on it, I've dubbed guitars and flutes on it, and it's pretty much flat is what my preference is, and with a brighter mid-range, just slightly brighter, upwards of 5K, 6K, but that can be controlled. It's not a downside, it's my preference, because when you're dubbing things like guitars and voices, I would like that little mid-range presence. What I've discovered, something I was pleasantly happy with, was the voice track. Whenever I'm dubbing vocals on the AKG, they stick out in the right proportion in a track. They sit very nicely in a track. If I'm tracking vocals on a track, then I really don't have to do much post, because you like the way it's recorded. You just like the way it's recorded, and it's got a low cut filter, so you avoid all your pops over there, right there, and it's got 9 polar patterns, which is very handy when you're dubbing in different rooms, different scenarios, different singers, different throws. Very versatile mic, yes.
So it's doing well in your recording setup.
It is definitely. It is now my default mic, so I'm miking only on that.
Lovely. In today's times, we have, because of a lot of reasons, composers and music producers, engineers working out of their homes. So, who all do you think would benefit with a setup containing LSR308 and a microphone like the P820?
Anybody who's into making music, anybody who has a reasonable sized room, could be a professional studio, could be a home setup, you might be a hobbyist for all you care, but it's for everybody. I really recommend, I really think that people are going to be happy with the 308s, because one thing I forgot to tell you is these guys are loud. I was also very surprised with how much load they can bear, because I love listening to loud music, and even when I'm not working and I'm just listening to music, I prefer driving the 308s really hard, and they are taking everything that I throw at them. And this could be great for EDM productions, this could be great for dance productions, considering the smooth low end and the nicely separated top end. Great for singer-songwriters who are looking for a great way to start their studios. And believe me, these are not speakers that will last you just a year or two. You will get clued into them, and they're at par with some of the best out there. I definitely think this would be beneficial to a lot of musicians who are struggling between a basic setup and a little more pro setup. This lies right in the middle.